Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll work on natural shadows and leaves. Here's what you'll be learning. Choosing colors for shadows, they aren't always what you think, and getting realistic looking leaves. Let's start with shadow colors. I'm going to help you identify some pencils so you can create beautiful shadows with depth. Let's look at our rose painting. At the bottom here, we have the lower left petal that is in shadow. It's a soft pink petal, yet it's in shadow, so that poses some problems for us. And we take out our trusty value viewer and we put it down and we see that that is really a grade purple. And so how would I do that? It runs against common sense of putting gray on top of a pink petal. So we'll transition it gently. We'll start with a layer of pink, then we'll put a little bit of lavender on it, we'll put some gray on that, and we'll blend it. And then we'll add a little bit more gray, add a little bit more purple, until we bring it up to the color in the photo. So those pencils are what I use to put pink petals in shadow. The next color family I want to address is the green color family. And here you see in this one we've got green grapes and we've got green pear. And there are two pencils that I would recommend that you try. The first one is dark green, and it looks like that. It's a nice, deep, rich green. And in addition to that, I highly recommend that you try a pencil called dark umber. Dark umber is a very nice, deep brown, and that is a great pencil that you will see will throw things into shadow very nicely. You can see it right here on the pear. I use dark umber, and on some of the lower grapes I use dark umber in combination with that green. Moving into the purple color family, we have a painting here of purple pansies, and I used two colors to bring those into shadow. One is called black grape. Black grape is a great color. I use it with purples and I also use it with reds. So it's it's sort of a raisin looking color. And then I also use a color called violet, and that has a very nice purpley blue and goes well over the black grape. Our next color family that I'd like to talk to you about is the reds. Reds are very juicy colors. I love reds. And there's a real easy color combination to get dark shadows on red petals. Start out with Tuscan red. It's a deep red. Join that with some black grape. See how close that is to black? But your bright reds will accept it very nicely. And then if you really need to throw it into deep shadow, don't be afraid of adding a little bit of black. It's okay. You'll see that I did that in the tulips here. I had to add some black because they were in deep shadow. So that helps you understand a few of the pencils that I go for when I'm looking to throw some color families into deep shadow. If you're going to be working on flowers, you'll be working on leaves too. And there are some handy little tricks I'm going to teach you about making a leaf come alive. Let's talk about veins, leaf veins. This is a stylus tool right here. It's got two ends to it. It's got one small rounded tip and one larger rounded tip. These are used to emboss lines that will be our vein lines. And once I make that impression into the paper, my colored pencils will skip over that and retain the light color that I've laid down prior to embossing. So if you don't have an embossing tool, and they are sold at art stores and Michaels and craft stores, any old Bic pen that doesn't have any ink left in it will do. What we're going to do is we're going to start out. I've already layered a wash of yellow ochre. This is a dry layer. However, you can also use your watercolor pencils and just use a light wash of color. I chose yellow because there's a vibrancy in the yellow that will show through the greens that I'll be layering. So now we have this, and I'm just going to take this tool and press in some leaf veins. I'm pressing rather hard, making some squiggles. And as I apply more and more color, and the darker colors, these will become more obvious to you. Okay. Okay, now that I've put that down, I'm going to add a little bit of color to my leaf. I'm starting with a color called Chartreuse, just to add a little green. And I'm already skipping over those embossed lines. Just laying down some color here. My plan is to have the bottom half of this leaf a little bit darker with some brown shadowing in it, and then have a highlighted area at the top. But for now, I'm coloring everything in with this light green pencil. The grooves are not picking up the color. That's the beauty of the embossing tool. Okay. Now I'm going to use a pencil called Olive Green, and it's going to take it down a little bit. It's going to introduce some nice, rich green into this. You can see how this is skipping over those lines as well. And it's magically appearing for us. And it's not the white of the paper. We don't really want that because you don't see that in a leaf vein. You see a more natural looking yellowish appearance. Okay, we'll take it right to about here. Okay, I'm going to darken that bottom half just a little bit more with my dark green pencil. And you see these lines are manifesting even more and still staying yellow. Now I'm going rather quickly, but if you wanted to take your time and just really go in the direction of the leaf itself. For example, the leaf might actually be going in this direction. Just have to take a look at your photo reference and evaluate which way you should lay down your color. Okay, I'm going to throw in a little bit of brown where there might be some natural shading. And I'm not burnishing, I'm not really doing a super great job of blending here, but you get the idea. These leaf veins are really evident. And we'll just get this sweet little green. I'm using a bunch of different colors here, just to layer some colors, just to provide interest in this leaf, just to give it some form, some definition, some shadow, and you'll have that opportunity as well. When you're looking at a leaf, you'll see a bunch of different colors, and you'll want to make that leaf come alive, and you'll end up using probably at least 3 to 4 colors. Now you could really spend some time on this, and I really enjoy doing that. But what I want to show you is what the finished product could look like. And this is after, I'm going to say 45 minutes to an hour of working with additional layers. One point I'd like to make is that when a leaf is in shadow, your veins are going to be in shadow as well. So in order to color in those veins, you want to get a sharp point. And you're just going to take that point and just very lightly color in those veins. You don't want to obliterate the vein, but you just want to darken it a little bit so it's consistent with the other dark areas of your leaf. I used some green, pushed it in. This is my dark green. I preserved a little bit of a highlight right up here with apple green and have a little of my chartreuse showing through. And then right on the stem, colored that in a little bit just to add some interest and to show this, this ridge being light. So have fun with it. Add some greens, add some browns, darken in your leaf veins, and enjoy yourself as you create a fresh looking, very realistic leaf. To recap, we talked about how to choose colors for shadows and how to get natural green leaves. Your homework is to create a natural looking leaf with vein lines. Experiment with a few different shades of green. Up next, we're going for a more dramatic effect. You'll learn how to achieve rich black backgrounds. See you there.